History, mythology, tits. Since by its nature, timelines are finicky. Wanna know what people hate when you answer to that? Watch the original Studio Dean fate. Yeah, I said it. I started with this, and it's one of the most okay series in the franchise. Fate fans don't really like this one since they have the brain capacity of toddlers and just like watching flashy animations. It's decent. Since it's based on the original visual novel, the game covers the Fate route of the game with Saber, and I have to say that in terms of romantic pairings, I find this one to be the best. Even more so, most of the twists and turns in the other series only work because you have an idea of the normality which is supposed to happen since this route has the least amount of foul plays and interventions. Plus, it's a great way to introduce you to the main cast. You have basic anime protagonist, fish out of water, tsundere, trash, the funniest dude ever. But you get it. Also, I would argue that this series has the highest survivability for the cast. If you have the possibility to go blind into this franchise like I did, start with this one. Shout out to all of my homies who thought Shiro's friend was a master. Now see, this is what a basic anime fan wants to watch. Flash animation and a tsundere waifu. So in this one we have the romance between Shiro and Rin, and it's fine. The route is named after Archer, who, spoilers, is just future Shiro. The fights are rather cool and the characters don't do anything I didn't expect from them from the Fate route. It's fine. Better than Dean by a long shot and places more emphasis on characters like Ku and Gilgamesh. Rin is developed relatively okay for a romantic option for Shiro and by far not the worst of the bunch. Oh, we'll get to you, bitch. Personally, I'm a much bigger fan of Luvia because, come on, at least she says other stuff other than Baka. Shiro gets some sort of pseudo character development, but I don't know, this series is just flash animation with little to no substance to me. Kind of like something else Ufotable made. Everyone praises the meh fight with Gilgamesh, yeah, cause that's what I like in fights, when characters don't go all out. But yeah, kind of in character for a bland post-Fate Zero Gil. But, we all know what the best fight in the show really is. Gil shitting his pants against Hercules, baby. Also, if I may ask, why is everyone keeping their mouths shut about Kirei?
You know Kotomine? How do you know Kotomine?
The best one. Nobody can say otherwise regarding this. This Greek tragedy masquerading as an anime is really fucking good. Most of the characters serve their purpose and are exceptionally written. Even bland characters which played parts in other series get some much needed depth, like Gil and Kotomine. The protagonist is cool, still a basic anime protagonist whose plan makes no sense if you think about it for more than 2 seconds, but boy oh boy is this dude cool and driven. This dude wants to win by any means, and I fucking respect that. Huh, I doubt I have some unpopular opinions about this, but let me think. Having characters be written with such nuance and then revert back to a bland state in other future series is kind of boring. Best characters in the show are Iskandar and Waver. I kinda hate that they added Loli Rin and Loli Trash just for some Loli fan service.
Excuse me, what?
The female characters are written to be as useless as possible in this, and their only purpose is to aid in the development of the guys. Except you. Love your style, baby. Losers be simping. But yeah, if there's one character that I think suffers from all of this, it's Saber. Look, having a character that doubts themselves and such is really good. Making a perfect female character without flaws or doubts is even fucking worse. Oh, we'll get to you someday. But we are talking about King fucking Arthur here. This iron-willed legend is reduced to a crying little bitch who doesn't even want to be king anymore, with the only reason given being that she's a young innocent girl who never truly ruled over her people.
Bullshit!
Having her reduced this low makes her ideology in the Council of Kings to be the weakest argued for. Gil and Alexander remain unshaken in their beliefs, while hers, which I agree with the most, crumbles and comes off as only she was a naive ideologist. Fuck, I need to make some sex joke quick. Enjoy being cucked, bitch. What else can I nitpick in a series I actually like? Assassins serves their purpose, but really poisons what would be my favorite lineup of servants in the Fate series, so Stay Night still wins out. Oh, you think the Kotomine vs Kitsurugu fight is cool? Don't know, man. Iskandar March is pretty fucking dope.
We still here? Just to suffer?
Ugh. Look, I never claimed I won't be subjective, but this trilogy of movies is trash. It has pretty animation, I'll give you that, but everything else is just so boring. The story doesn't justify it being this fucking long.
She's alive! Alive!
All the characters we like either get killed off immediately, oh come on King of Heroes, or get fucking mind controlled. Even more so, the focus is reduced on the characters I have the most problems with, that being Zouken, who is the most detestable character in this entire series. Seriously, you can make fucking Hitler into a servant and I'll hate Zouken more. But props to that, I can watch him die all day and still be satisfied. The second character to get bumped up in importance is Trash. Okay, so my problem with Sakura has to do more with the medium as a whole. Anime is not properly equipped to write in rape. Like, at all. Sexual abuse is used for shock value as something bad that happens to women and men, but mostly women. I'm not gonna only diss on anime. Comic books have the phrase women in refrigerators for a reason. I'm not preaching anything. My dark humored brain fucking loves rape jokes sometimes.
It's not about sex, it's about power.
And with Sakura appears a trend in this franchise that makes me want to laugh and feel bad about it. So the thing is, the abuse victim got raped so much, she loved it.
Yeah, I raped her, and she liked it!
Great defense!
Ergo, not raped, not guilty!
After that, we are presented with an erotic depiction of a high school girl too horny to function who can only deal with her trauma by having sex and killing everyone. To emphasize this, I think I'll call out Garden of Sinners, another thing in this universe. Like, the only nudity shown in this series is a rape scene in which a girl is assaulted with bats and it's filmed like the most generic hentai ever. Back to Fate, yeah, Sakura is written as trash, and unlike the other series which develop a multitude of characters in various scenarios, here we can only watch trash and the worst interpretation of Shiro, who now can jerk off with a strong arm. At least Medusa finally does stuff, I guess? Oh, and once again I find myself laughing along with Shinji. It's entirely trash, but the animation is really fucking pretty, so go watch it. It completes all of the routes Fate Stay Night has to offer, and it makes me really sad that we won't get to see what an ufotable animated series of the Saber route would look like. Ugh, went in too serious for this one. The next one better be fucking funny. Fuck yeah, now that's the trash I was expecting from this series. Everything is a fucking mess. This is based on some shitty video game and it's so bad. I will diss the characters in other stuff, but oh boy are they garbage here. The protag is what I like to call a Kirito clone. Nero is one of the most annoying characters in the entire series. The art style makes everyone look like a fucking chipmunk. Everyone knows it's bad, sometimes putting it as the second worst or even the worst thing in the entire franchise. So I'll try finding some good shit. Shinji finally gets some love and is paired up with my favorite servant in this series, Francis Drake. The nursery rhyme episode is a mushroom and acid infused abomination and it's pretty fucking cool. The final fight has some good animation. Okay, that's it. It's trash, but if it's your trash, go nuts.
僕の彼女だろ
やきもちですか？私はシンジ君一筋ですから。
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Based on a fucking mobile app, this trash covers the penultimate storyline of the main records in the game. Unlike with Extra, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I'll go over the game later and explain the characters there, but this show does a bad job at giving off equal screen time to characters. Excuse me, you wanted more stuff between Merlin and Gil, or maybe Hassan and Quetz, because they are among your favorite characters? Fuck you! You get Medusa Lily scenes.
じゃなくて人間の描く物語が好きなんだから。
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Did you perhaps enjoy epic scenes like with Leonidas? Well, too fucking bad. Now we wander around and ask ourselves what we should do. We do a discount Konosuba approach with Ishtar, so you better fucking laugh. Please watch this series. The animation is just so fucking funny. Sometimes it is competent, but most of the time it's just ha! To the animators who watched the PS2 Dragon in Overlord and said, "Lol, you want to see some real graphics?" and then made Tiamat look like this? You guys are the real heroes of this show.
Look top of his head.
Final rank 4 out of 10, too many panty shots. If you don't know anything about other series in the Nasuverse, just watch clips on YouTube. The fate characters you give a shit about barely show up and the comedy is hit or miss.
飛ばしすぎたようです。
シンジ、おうち帰る。
Fuck off. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Remember what I said about your trash being your trash? Well, this is my trash. My favorite Fate series bar none. Often regarded as one of the worst in the series, this anime makes me laugh at weebs trying to make critical arguments. Oh, the sound mixing is bad. Fucking what? The protagonist is bland. Okay, so first off, it's an anime. Second of all, yeah, that's the point. He is a husk, a nobody, a homunculus. Unlike Shiro, Kitsurugo or the bunch, I find that he has the most down-to-earth reason to fight and he doesn't philosophize everything. He fights because the only people in his short life who give a fuck about him believe in humanity. The dude is constantly tested if humanity is worth saving and he just carries on, motivated by those who put their lives on the line for him. Sig is way out of his league and only fights out of hate for his big titty French girlfriend's killer by the end. He is so much of a husk that he has been Siegfried, Frankenstein, Fafnir, and is wielding the sword of Astolfo. Like, that's the entire fucking point. He has little to nothing in terms of original shit. And yet he still doesn't drag his fucking speeches like Shiro. Jeanne is boring. Not really. She has the will I was talking about earlier with Saber. She is constantly tested, and yet she still believes that she's made the correct decision. The characters are underutilized. I agree with this partially. One of the best things about this franchise is watching servants interact with their masters, so making most of them useless is kinda lame. Spartacus gets the short end of the stick, but he still does more than Assassin in Zero. Jack's design is trash and I hate it, but her concept is solid. Semiramis and Shiro are fucking perfect together and I enjoyed watching them plot against the others and against each other. Chiron and Achilles were fucking awesome and everything surrounding them was cool as hell. Karna is the best on-screen Lancer we had so far. At least he doesn't die horribly like the rest.
Kill Kenny, we're bastards.
Atalanta's kids obsession is weird but somewhat understandable, I guess. Still better than Golden Apples or something. Vlad is the best interpretation of Vlad Tepes I've seen to date, and come on, the series is set in Romania, of course I'll enjoy it more. Shakespeare is funny enough. Mordred and Sisigo have the best master-servant relationship in this entire franchise. Oh, and Siegfried is just pledged to protect material. Frankie is alright, I guess. And for Avisbron, I quite enjoyed his golem obsession.
I kinda booby-trapped it before you explained the whole team thing.
Am I forgetting anyone?
Fuck you.
Oh right, Astolfo is my favorite servant in this entire fucking franchise. Not for the whole trap angle, but mostly because of actions and personality. My butthurt apologies brain always interpreted something else in this series which I rarely see discussed. The nature of heroism. And with that we start watching with whom Astolfo hangs out with the most compared to the rest of the servants. Fucking Chiron. The hero maker in Greek mythology. Astolfo gets fucking stumped by every single heroic spirit in this show and is always saying that he is weak and alike. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Achilles, who is probably the second most famous Greek hero. You know, the one very famous for his strength, speed and skill. I love that in the intro they fight. Astolfo wouldn't last a second against Achilles, what the fuck. Anyway, after the epic brawl with Chiron, Achilles gives his shield to Astolfo. The dude is already battered and weak after his rather impressive conquering of one of the most powerful noble phantasms in the series, Garden of Babylon. And we follow that up with my favorite fight in the entire franchise, Karna vs Sig. Fate fans fucking hate that Astolfo jumped in and made Karna lose. That was the entire fucking point though. Karna already bested Siegfried, but Sig was able to beat him. Hell, he even uses his own sword instead of Balmung by the end. To me, Astolfo jumping in shows that Chiron has finally chosen a true hero as his student. Achilles' strength and pride led to his downfall. Most significant though, it was the fact that he wasn't able to save his loved one Patroclus. You know, like Astolfo saved Sig. And we all know what good friends and maybe cousins Achilles and Patroclus were, right? Anyway, we are shown that Astolfo, even though he's weak, always tries to fight for the people even weaker weaker than he is. It's easy to be a hero when you are strong, fast, smart, and are filled with bullshit powers. But I see it as even more heroic when someone comparatively weaker and unassuming takes risk and puts his life on the line to be a hero. Holy shit, is Astolfo just Achilles' altar? Oh, and let's do an exercise here. Canonically, in the first 3 Holy Grail Wars, we have absolutely no idea who won. The Holy Grail War in Zero is won by the King of Heroes himself, Gilgamesh. King Arthur, Arturia, wins the Grail in Stay Night and Unlimited Blade Works. Surprisingly, Medusa wins the Holy Grail War in Heaven's Feel, which good for her. Makes up for being absolutely useless in the other 2. The pre-game Holy Grail Wars in Fate Extra are won by the fucking Heavenly Buddha. Me waiting for Jesus Servant be like. Extra is then won by Nero. Prototype is won by male King Arthur. I hate that I have to specify that. In Apocrypha, the Grail is first won by... we have no fucking idea, but since Darnik has it, it's probably Fionn McCamhale. In Fate Grand Order, the war before the game starts is won by King Solomon. Oh, and Fate Requiem is won by Longinus. For those of us who do have sex, it's the dude that poked Jesus. Notice a fucking pattern though? Notice how cool and historically or mythologically important these characters are? Well, now we have to add Astolfo to the Hall of Fame. It's like I keep saying in D&D, luck is the best fucking stat.
I'm beginning to feel like a rap god.
Before we move over to the next part, I'll throw out some more top tier opinions for you to bitch at me for. Best intro, first Apocrypha opening. Best ending, Memoria in Zero. Top 3 servants, Astolfo, Merlin and Gilgamesh. Now, please start praying for me because I'll do something really boring and long. So the app revolves around you using various servants to kill enemies, pretty basic stuff really. But why is it one of the most profitable apps in the entire fucking world? Well, number 1 is that Japanese people need to get laid.
Just f*** already!
And the second reason is that it has a fuck ton of servants which cater to even more fetishes. You want MILFs? Got you covered. Lollies? Sadly yes. Geeks? Of course. Dominatrixes? Fuck yeah. Traps? A bunch of. BBW? Yep. Shotas? Get help, but still yes. Senpai! Type gotcha fam. Yandere? It has a story, but it also has a skip button, so you catch my drift. Look, I'm immensely appreciative that it has an original story, unlike other anime apps like this who just rehash the plot of the anime. The story is trash, but I'm glad it's there. Gameplay is repetitive, and since it's a numbers game, once you find an optimal strategy, every fight just comes down to how much time does it take to win this generic mob fight. Getting into it is kind of hard. The start feels like a snail on Xanax. But most importantly, it's a gacha game, so it's either based on luck or on how much you are willing to spend on this game. Strategy comes second to what you have, or on how lucky you get with your friends. But yeah, let's do something fun. For you at least. I'm gonna have to edit this shit. We are gonna go over every single fucking servant in this game. Yeah, I had sex, why do you ask? More so, this is an experiment for myself since I want to see what percentage of these I actually like. And again, don't get pissy if I insult your wife. Quick rundown of the servants I have on NA and JP for the whales to laugh at. And let's roll. Most people start by going through the classes, but I'll go by ranks since it's a good way to show off the design progression and how much DW hates free-to-play players.
Walk into the club like, what up, I got a big cock.
Jason, of the Jason and the Argonauts fame, is a joke saber class creator and has some of the funniest animations and personality in the game. Straight up pimping. Allahu Akbar! Arash is a precious boy that likes to blow up, one of the best farming servants in the game, and Ozzy's best friend. Oda Nobunaga is just a support for other Nobunaga servants. Oh yes, there are multiples of this. You can only get him from an event and is the only Oda servant to actually have the correct genitals of the real dude. Rather boring to be honest.
Oh, without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of. But you have heard of me.
Bartholomew Roberts is a rider who is actually kind of interesting for me. Love pirate lore and the name of his NP makes me laugh. What, you thought this video was more than a shitty opinion piece? Why does Mozart look like a reptilian alien though? Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, man? What the fuck, Romania?
Plus, he starts off a trend of figures who are actually important in history being weaker than something Japan thinks it's better. Other than that, he is a basic art support servant you use if you don't have anything better. Fake Saber Sasaki Kojiro is fucking cool. Dude does so little, he is basically the Meiko Tsunami of the series with his gait. And you know what? It takes some balls for a 1-star to have a 5-star as his main rival. Yes, I do favor servants who are in the show, what about it? Matahari is just sad. She has no fucking passives. Yeah, she's that old, why do you ask? Other than that, she's just boring, big-titted filler.
Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte.
Charlotte Corday is meh. Nothing I would ever use, and generic as hell, but not offensively so. Still not a fan, but I like her NP.
That's the sound of the police!
Spartacus is just a farming servant, big, dumb, and obsessed with oppressors, rather boring compared to the potential of the character he is. Asterios got out of the labyrinth just to be a fluffy boy meme and to simp over some Gorgon slut. Nothing too bad, but I'm still fucking yawning.
His feet on the ground and his head in the sky. Hey, Paul Bunyan.
Oh, Paul Bunyan is one of my favorite examples to use about Japan pissing on other people's folklore. American folk hero? Fuck that, big lolligar. Give her a bunny suit. Our folk heroes are far superior and everyone has heard of them, right? No 2-star sabers, so get to it, DW. Oh, this is Rich, a character I already don't like, turned into a shitty design that makes him even more laughable. Still don't like it, but it's honestly better than what I would do for Paris.
Maybe if you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick.
Not actually Benkei. Benkei is one of the worst servants in the entire fucking game. And nobody gives a fuck. Sick art though.
But tonight, we dine in hell!
Leonidas is someone I will never actually use because I'm not a fan of defensive servants, but thanks to Babylonia anime, he got some points in my eyes. Pretty cool design and very well incorporation of the actual person in the skills.
The hills are alive.
Gareth is what happens when you let the disabled kid enter the Knights of the Round Table. Boring kawaii girl, not my thing.
Dragon tales, it's almost time for dragon tales.
Saint Georges is a meme character at this point, still not a fan but love the gimmick.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
You know how GTA 5 made Trevor to make fun of how they see their audience? Wanna see what DW thinks its audience is? Blackbeard is a fucking piece of shit lolicon that acts as a discount Francis game-wise and outside of the game is used for pedo jokes.
Penny? Penny? Penny?
Sheldon, what is it?
Bitch.
Blue-haired Shota Dio is surprisingly fun. Mostly character-wise, but I've seen people use him in their lineup. This smug son of a bitch is a smartass and knows it. I can respect that.
Shakespeare, what's the title of your next play? You should call it Homosexual Collar Guy.
Shakespeare is rather fun, the voice actor is giving it his all and he's very theatrical in his depictions. Only bad part is that the guy responsible for the most well-known works of fiction in the world is ranked lower than some random Japanese artist boys. This cheeky motherfucker, he eats. That's all he does. He eats. And he's damn good at it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna go and check my mail over there.
Cursed Arm is the dude that pops up in Heaven's Feel, so I instantly dislike him. Even without that, he's probably the worst design out of all the Hassans. Samson is a boring dude who is only here because he got to kill Marie Antoinette. Oh wait, he only attended her execution. His son actually did it. But that's another escape rope fate has. The servants act only as how people imagine them, so they can get away with inaccuracies and pissing me off. Dude is still boring. Gerard Butler here is a boring assassin that does little to nothing and it's barely usable. Not much to say. I like the addition of opera characters in this though.
I have taken the form of Caius Caligula. I am all men as I am no man, and therefore I am a god.
Caligula goes all mad, does crazy shit that has a lot of potential for game mechanics, and we end up with an underwhelming berserker. Neat.
Who are you?
Eric Bloodaxe.
Who?
Coolest name in history, Eric Bloodaxe. Follows suit and does little to impress anyone. One of the most forgettable servants out there, to be honest. Salome is a horny, sadistic bitch that rides the skull of John the Baptist. Really cool setup, I mean.
Chunga binga chunga.
You had to ruin fucking Caesar, dude. Really? You turned one of the greatest rulers of Rome into Eric Cartman? Yep, shitty as fuck.
I reply with a gift, but she dubbed me again.
Remember the crazy dude from Zero? This is him before doing cocaine, and he's just fucking terrible. His most notable ability is that he shows up in summons and ruins your day.
You have hobbies? I am not. Yeah, a lot of sex.
Fergus sees, Fergus fucks. Simple, basic. Looks like Brock from Pokemon and is just a strong Ooga Booga beater. So yeah, pretty cool, not gonna lie.
My arm, the summon of the powers of the god hand.
Yo, Betty, they forgot to add another star to your rank. Bedivere hits like a fucking truck. The design is okay, but the usability bumps him up a lot.
Your eyes on me, boys, cause I'm about to start!
Robin goes all out on poisoned opponents and farts on the floor and starts crying if that opponent doesn't get poisoned. Cool gimmick, love the bathing suit.
Have you ever thought about traveling? Somewhere very far away?
Euryale does a fuck ton of damage whenever she gets off Asterios' dick. Still, she and her sister are just 3 colors and she does pretty good usability wise. David is fine, nothing special, he evades and survives stuff, kind of basic but whatever. Kid Gil is a consolation prize for everyone who didn't pull actual Gilgamesh, so it's just a discount version of him. Cool shorts, but that won't stop him from boring me. I once tried using Billy, never again. Dude just wants to crit, but he doesn't really do it that good, but hey, love me some cowboys, so this gets a pass.
That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Rice Boy Tawara is fine. Definitely not bad, but since I don't care about him mythologically and isn't even that good to use, he gets a nope. William Tell is an archer. That's the most I can say about him. Interesting approach to design, but he never really fitted in with the other art style wise. Plus I wouldn't want to be around when he gets some Nam flashbacks. Kukulan is great at survival, ironically enough, and deals decent damage. Yeah, not bad, and he gets a lot of support since he's one of the original Stay Night servants. I probably like him only because of how cool he was in there, but whatever.
My name is Jacksepticeye!
Proto Kukulan is just Kukulan, but I don't know, he feels off. He has advantage on about 90% of the mobs in the game, but he doesn't do that much to make him that unique compared to the OG.
My dick is big, my dick is very big, my dick is...
Romulus got grounded to being a 3-star for a while and then he went 5-star on our asses. Yeah, no need to use red broccoli, man. But still, nice cock, bro.
You give us an example of just how powerful 1% of your power is.
Remember Planet Apollo?
No.
Exactly.
Hector is famous for battling a dude that's 2 stars above him. He's fine, pretty laid back approach personality wise, so I'm all on board.
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
Oh, you poor boy, you got screwed over so much. First in Zero, now in the game. They even gave you a 4-star version of yourself, which is way better just to put you out of your misery. Honorable, but I can't respect someone working with a guy named Kamhail. Miss Taiga, I mean Jaguar Man, how the hell is this a servant? The look is good, she's very usable, sexy boob window, that's all I can say. Hidden Leaf Reject Hozoin's worst enemy is that he has to be on a team. This motherfucker was made to be used alone and rocks at it. Besides that, rather forgettable.
Well, my work is done here.
What do you mean your work is done? You didn't do anything.
Didn't I?
Again, hard to dislike the original crew. Medusa kind of sucks outside of cheesing out wins with her sisters, but hey, gotta respect the original snake.
When you hear about the fall of the Roman Empire. Me when I hear about the fall of the Roman Empire.
Bye, bitch.
Boudica, oh sorry baby, they fucked you up. She is literally useless. Underwhelming and lame, saved only by somewhat wholesome personality and design. I have to say something nice, she has free strengthening quests, so she's good to level up so you can get more free SQ, I guess. Back to shitty Japanese characters nobody gives a fuck about. Ushi is boring in all departments and only works if you are trying to figure out the physics of how completely useless her top is.
Yes, great baby, that is a granite countertop. Who's been watching HGTV with this baby? I'm blown away.
This had to be made why? Chibi Alexander is for those who couldn't pull actual Iskandar. Pretty cool art, but I'm not really that fond of making a Muppets baby version of everyone.
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. It was a courageous thing to do, but someone was already here.
This dude does not belong here hairstyle wise, but hell, he is so stretched out and cartoony I can't help but like him. That smile, that damn smile. Columbus is straight up pimping, and I'm not talking about the 12-year-old slaves he used to sell. This is a servant? Looks like some NPC to me, to be honest. Sorry, Seabiscuit, I mean red hair, but a centaur with a horse upper body is just weird enough to put me off and boring enough to make me forget you exist.
Meanwhile...
Mandrigardo, my man. I surprisingly enjoyed this design. He reminds me a little of Hector with how hunched over and laid back he is. That's not how you ride a horse, silly.
Is all that I can give to you.
Medea stabs bitches and takes names. She had a rather unique NP back in the day, and although more servants get her effects now, trust me, single target mage is truly the holy grail of this game.
It's me, the semen demon.
Nah, enjoy simping for Jean, tentacle boy.
No, what do you say we shake on it? I really don't have, like, time.
Annoying, not fun to use, not fun to face, dude ruins the good voice of Dio. Kuso, Wicker Man, and now he thinks he's Nicolas Cage. He hasn't been seen since then. Nobody used him since 2015, except for when they force you to use him in the tutorial.
Alchemy, the science of understanding, deconstructing, and reconstructing matter. However, it is not an all-powerful art. It is impossible to create something out of nothing.
Paracelsus exists. I mean, I'm glad he does. His design isn't half bad either, but never used him, never will. Love that he braids his hair though.
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear. Go!
Oh, that's some thick boy. Charles Babaji gets the honor of being a recolor of some random enemy mob. He is a damage-focused servant with a shitty attack stat. What more could you wish for?
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck Columbus.
Geronimo is here to have some Native American representation and has to be one of the contenders for the worst skills in the entire game. He just buffs all of his cards for one turn. I like Avisbron. It's mostly because of Apocrypha, because there he has those little chess matches, but his design is rather fun and I really enjoy the golems he makes.
And believe it or not, he doesn't want to destroy the world.
Well, good, because I already did that.
Like a surgeon.
Asclepius, the dude known for healing, isn't the best healer in the game. Sad. Oh, and he is one of the few servants that actually look way better in their first stage.
What I envisioned in my head. What I ended up drawing.
fuck? Somebody buy her artist a how to draw manga book. What the fuck is that face? It looks like a shoe! Whatever, moving on. She is a basic assassin that stabs and stuff. I don't know, you better have some crit gen. Jekyll and Hyde are one of the worst servants in the entire fucking game, being a shitty assassin and a shitty berserker at the same time. Think this is a boy? Wrong, it's a hot woman. Cool design and the lipstick is a fine touch. Careful not to remove her own buffs with her third skill and you are golden.
Damn, why all hentai protagonists look like this, with the hair over their face, but still be bagging all the bitches?
Hentai protagonist Fuma is a basic assassin. He gets a Backstreet Boys costume though, so he's not that bad. Never used it though.
He looks out his window and is horrified to see an unwelcome guest peering back at him.
Guys, I just grabbed my camera. Oh my god. Yo. That is the creepiest thing ever.
While 100 Persona is at least hot to compensate for her usability, Serenity is a shitty version of her that just focuses on the two worst mechanics in the game, poison and instant death. Oh my man, Okada just slashes bitches and laughs. The dude was made to kill other servants, so that's just perfect. Design is alright, so I can't complain. Lubu is an Unga Bunga berserker that wants to be an archer so much they had to change his NP animation. Boring as hell design, but the backstory is kind of nice.
Come, Leonidas.
Oh yeah, here comes Darius with his .png NP. Uga Buga Egoizerk. He isn't that great, but the PNG is sick as fuck.
Yeah, I'd put my dick in that.
Ugh. Kyo is an yandere trope that gets to show up in this game for some reason. Even PNG Man is doing a better job at being an AoE Zerk. Fuck yeah, finally some good freestyle berserker. This motherfucker is strong, he's angry, and he does damage like a fucking tank. The berserk armor is pretty dope too.
Music. Finished as little music as ever.
So, Salieri got fucked over by the myth of him hating Mozart so much it became his entire character, huh? Stage 2 is the best, but I'm not a fan of the overall character. Go watch Amadeus though, that's some good shit.
Oh fuck, why did I choose to do this? I'm so tired!
Senpai! 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 Senpai!
Shut the fuck up! Every word you just spoke has made me violently angry.
Mesh sucks. Fuck her and fuck the game for forcing us to use her. Her personality is non-existent with the whole senpai thing. I was honestly bummed out when she actually got revived. Even more annoying, she gets upgraded during Lost Belt and before she was kind of useful. Now she is entirely trash and we are usually forced to use her during Lost Belt sections at the beginning. Die you eggplant bitch.
Hands. Are we the baddies?
Arturia Alter is just Arturia with even less of a personality. I'm bored already. Arturia Lily is a weak piece of shit event saber that deals less damage than some 2 stars. Everything that has to do with Nero is absolute trash. I'm so glad she's not even that useful and I don't have to use her.
Life can get you down, so I just numb the way it feels.
Siegfried is a sad motherfucker made to kill dragons, which most of the time he can't even do. I'm not a fan of furry shit, but I love his gradual transformation into Fafnir. Oh, and love the suit, bruh.
Meanwhile...
Dion is a weak as hell trap meme that I would rank as one of the weakest 4 stars. Maybe the Chevalier has a better name, let's see. Eat shit and die. Poor Rama is still waiting for his girlfriend to be made into a servant.
Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Good luck, buddy. Whatever, dude is a rather decent single target buster that stomps demonic stuff. Not bad.
I like big butts and I can't
Oh, is Lancelot mad that we all prefer his berserker form? Dude's a weird arts crit servant that deals fuck tons of damage, rather meh personality wise, but he gets really fucking perverted in events.
I will now perform my people's native dance.
That one fighting Camelot you used to think was hard. Yeah, look dude, cool damage when the sun is up, but that doesn't excuse you for being so fucking boring. Oh, is he honorable? Like all the fucking knights there. Fuck off.
That's the scary part about it, right? How many pixels make up dead? It's not a high number.
Ugh, I fucking hate everything revolving around lolly Elizabeth Butt. Her RPG parody is basic and you can do so much better.
Before I die, I'm tryna fuck you, baby. Hopefully we don't have no babies.
Cringe. Suzuka like talks with totally valid girl speech and it's like totally accurate lols. Ugh, skip. Frankie changed class and still can talk. Shame. Oh, but here we encounter the constant trend of summer versions of servants. Not bad, but not good either. Careful not to short circuit in the water. Old Man Yagyu is okay enough in design and rather useful, surprisingly enough. The aesthetics work well enough and integrate properly into his biography. The bird is a nice touch.
How many people?
Just two.
How long did it last?
Just a little while. They could have handled that shit.
Medbee puts on more clothes to go to the pool than she does when walking around. After that she posts on Instagram and OnlyFans to have Ku simping for her. Pretty sweet deal.
I have potato blood in my veins.
So Irish! Pretty boy finally got some love and I struggle to think of any time I used him. It's cute that his lenses are now swords, but sad he traded his charm mechanic for some instant death bullshit.
真的有你说的那个什么正妃出现，我心甘情愿立刻放你回去。
Hehehe, you can grab my wang too, Landling. Basic and rather useless as a support, so I'm a pass on Heroic Legend of King Arslan. While not that strong, I like Indian backwards flip sword babe. The design is cute and she doesn't get on my nerves like most sabers so far.
Here's where it gets really, really good. I mean, X-rated hot octopus on octopus good. Your goal is to get this appendage, called a hectocotylus arm, into the female's mantle cavity.
Tentacle Hentai is an event freebie that kicks ass in arts teams and it's overall extremely useful with our single target NP and defense lowering skill. Shitty ass basic design though. Gamer girl Tomoe goes in, watched Star Wars and wanted to try out playing Beat Saber in VR. Nice.
It's gonna be the 4-star saber, Saito Hajime.
Who? I stopped playing this game for 4 months and when entering the wiki I see this motherfucker. Instant dislike.
What's that? It's something alright.
It's like a penis.
I bet
it's a penis.
It's a penis.
Oh my god, it's a penis head.
Yeah, so this motherfucker who went to the barber and said, yes, I want to be a virgin, just looks like Yunarukami but with a penis head. I mean, he's useful, but come on, you're not watching this to learn shit. Yeah, I'm kinda confused about this one. On one hand, he's Karna, so I instantly like him and he has a very cool gimmick. But he kinda ruins all the sabers now because they were the most consistent class so far. I mean, all the other classes are very free-for-all kind of shit, except for the sabers who actually had a thing about being, you know, pointy things. He does have a pointy thing too, but he kind of uses his fists a lot more. Emiya joins in the cast by chanting his badass NP cry and changing his NP type to better fit the team. Like, unironically, this dude can do quite a lot of stuff and it's as adaptable as his anime counterpart. Atalanta was for a while rather boring and underutilized up until quick cards became more meta relevant and then she got used in loop after loop farming. My only problem is the weird artwork that clashes with the others, but not bad.
Hi. Girl human, is she flirting with me? Hey.
Hi. So, are you having fun?
Tell me everything about you.
Oda Nobunaga Archer is an event servant, so you better pray that you have her or hope for a rerun. She's decent enough as an AoE damager, but not a fan of the design in the slightest. But some elements that I don't like will be carried over into one of the best designs later on.
I'm a pretty boy, I'm stunning. Super speed Sonic, I'm running. Super speed Sonic, I'm...
Fuckboy Tristan does little to improve the Archer class, and he doesn't even do anything that unique anymore. The hair is pretty fab, but I'm gonna swipe left. Anne and Mary in swimsuits are weird. Like, they deal more damage the less HP they have. But while that can deal a lot of damage, what's the point when other servants deal more damage without crippling themselves?
I'm going to jail!
Wanna know the peak of bullshit? Chloe is fucking beast. She is a beast for a single target archer, even beating out some 5 stars. Too bad that she's, you know, lolly fucking trash.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Hehehehe, censorship be like. But yeah, I am glad they made the skin tone lighter. Yeah, make the Emiya that uses guns into Mr. Popo. That's a good idea. Either way, rather shitty design for an alter version of Emiya. Nope, skip. This bitch Lena made Tron bikes boring. Basic summer lolly bait, I guess.
I'll be Tracer.
I'm already Tracer.
What about Widowmaker?
I'm already Widowmaker.
I'll be Bastion.
Nerf Bastion.
Gamer girl stopped playing her PS2 and selling her bathwater enough to pick up a bow and be relatively useful. Huh? We aren't doing riders yet. Oh right. Okay, so this bitch is somehow an archer with a really shitty pun for a name. Boring design, boring usage.
And do the twist!
Wanna see the rarest servant in the game? Asagami crossed over from Garden of Sinners and she's bending bridges here now. Yeah, this universe is more like tumors attached to the main body rather than a compelling multiverse. Chiron, my man, is back and ready to kick some ass with his disco pose. Still one of the NPs I say out loud each time I use it. My noble phantasm is always active.
You know what really grinds my gears? Racism.
Angry Gilgamesh that I won't attempt to pronounce his name is an angry motherfucker that just wants to burn and wreck shit. The Wheel of Fortune in his back is a bit much, but the armor is pretty damn cool.
Today I don't feel like doing anything.
Summer Osaka Behime is just Osaka Behime trying to load herself and using paper animals to reenact fucking D-Day. Nice.
The windy city is mighty pretty, but they ain't got what we got.
Finally, they made someone who was an actual whore into a servant. Took them long enough. A tad too cutesy for what I would imagine a bad bitch like Jane to be, but decent overall.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Nightingale dressed up as Santa for an event and now you can use her for farm and star gen. I like her usability more than I do her design. I'm kind of mad she sticks with her boring Santa suit when her final ascension makes her a sexy nurse. Tasteful Mary Poppins reference though.
Oh shit.
Ilya Archer is trash and so are 98% of the lollies in the game. Moving on.
Main story happens.
Elizabeth still sucks, so we are moving on. This one is the OG, but she still does little in terms of using her compared to other AoE Lancers.
Oh! Yes, please.
Arturia Lancer Alter is once again a retrain in case you didn't get the 5-star version. Not bad if used so, and the black aesthetics work well with her design.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Kamhail has cum in his name and gets his powers from sucking on his thumb. And yet he still has the guts to hit on women. Respect! But still trash that uses a water soaker.
If you don't beat him, he kills you.
My dude Li Xuan gets a lance in his younger years and uses it just like he uses his fists. You can grate cheese on those abs.
I'm not gonna tell him we broke up. It's none of his fucking business whether we're together or not.
4-star Kyo is a slightly more useful version of Zerg Kyo, but she is still Kyo, so we move along.
Today we are going to demonstrate how to stack
Turkish.
Shawarma.
I have no idea why this crazy dude is the Lancer and the one from Apocrypha is considered a Berserker. Whatever, really shitty design I guess. Still, he acts like sort of what I would have imagined my boy Vlad would have looked like without somebody giving a shit like they did with his Apocrypha design. I do have to admit that he is kind of useful as both a tank and as a damager, but whatever.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Jeanne d'Arc alter Santa Lily, shitty name all day long, is a crappy event servant that I doubt anyone has used outside of the event you got her in.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Medusa Lily deals shit damage and has an even worse design, so we move on.
I didn't really know that you liked girls your age.
Mama Raikou picked up a sword backwards and dressed up in a skimpy outfit like the younger girls. Pretty high damage output and an alright swimsuit. Parvati is just horny Sakura, so we can skip this one with the mention that she can loop.
Welcome to the Smite God reveal for Naja, the third Lotus Prince.
Naja has some thick thighs and that's about it. Useful enough, but the design is rather basic. Surprised it's a girl though. The Valkyrie sisters are pretty alright. I mean, yeah, they can loop, but let's be honest, their best feature is the fact that when they ascend, they switch the sister in control. Frad best Valkyrie, fight me.
I'm a banana.
The Oni sisters are fucking trash and any version of them is just a lolicon bait.
You'll be sorry.
So yeah, Banana Loli in a swimsuit gets the boot.
I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.
Kin exists as a Lancer that does stuff and has a design. A boring design and does little to nothing, but oh boy, she exists.
Smile, guys.
I can see your face.
You know when I do this, you can't.
Nagao is an event servant that deals a lot of single target damage and has an useful kit, but her design is so fucking unappealing to me.
How the hell do the penguins know my bra size?
The penguins know everything.
Mysterious alter ego, fuck it, she's Merilith in a swimsuit. She's also a joke character about penguins. I kind of like that she's a greedy bitch and drains your party's NP to fill up her own. Oh, and her costume is just top tier trolling. Yeah, Canis is hot. As a servant, she's pretty decent. And I don't mind the sudden sex change since the game is using the female version of her name. Plus, in mythology she gets turned back into a female by the Fates, so the game with Fate in its title made her a female. This joke has layers.
Sailing is challenging.
Another boring welfare servant that does things. AoE stuff this time with the best mechanic in the game that they keep adding on to other servants so that they can say they have good game design. Love me some inconsistent instant death chance. Oh, and she's also the Grim Reaper, so that's disappointing.
Today we're going to talk about the best kind of swimsuits, the best cuts and styles for people with a small chest.
Ball-busting damage welfare servant. Don't you think we have enough welfare lancers yet? Whatever, still flat. Out of all the characters to be turned into a young, flat idol type, you had to pick one of the most beautiful women in history. Even more so, one that is in most people's minds known for being a depraved slut. Yeah, cool, not even good as a servant either.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's cause Jesus Christ is my...
Rider Marta is just a setup for the truthing and she is extremely subpar in terms of NP and kit. This one is rather trash, but do keep her in mind for later use.
I'm on a boat, everybody look at me cause I'm sailing on a boat.
Anne and Mary are back and they still suck. Not incredibly so, but I wouldn't use them if I had better options. Another shitty Arturia altar, huh? Now in the form of a Santa ripoff? She's about as useful as the other one, I guess. So Astolfo is super fucking weak and weird to use, so that's accurate at least. He has become a tad more useful with a quick meta, but design and personality is enough for me here. Yes, I have bought a costume, why do you ask? But hey, it's still funny that he has the exact same weight and height as Vegeta. Something gotta weigh that much.
Born to be wild.
Wanna feel bad that you didn't start playing earlier? Kentucky Rider puts 5 stars to shame with his strong as fuck NP. Dude is a killing machine that you can't get no more, so ha! Best girl more that grab a board and got a tan. This keeps getting better and better. Yeah, arts, loop, farmer, whatever. Love the tan and her board pretty well.
You guys, I need to find a Starbucks. I need Wi-Fi.
Ishtar Rider is just Ishtar on a vacation riding on a scooter. It's as boring as it sounds.
You've been hit by a smooth.
Now with Ryoma things get interesting. Dude has style, usability and a fucking stand. His stand is kind of like his wife. I don't know, but him and Oreo are so fucking fun to use. I've been waiting for this for so long, please step on me. Cool design, cool character, cool swimsuit version. Worst thing about Carmilla is that I have to associate her with the younger Elizabeth.
She would allegedly pick the student up from his residence late at night and take him back to her house for sex when her husband, a firefighter, was at work.
Brought to you by the same artist as Raiko. Rider Murasaki is just hot things attached to a character design. But unlike with Scheherazade or Raikou, I can't really see an attempt at a character. I don't know why, but Murasaki just seems like filler to me and with nothing original to add, but that can be said about most servants.
This is Halloween, pumpkin scream in the dead of night. Everyone's got a gimmick now.
Battery is back and she still sucks, this time in a hubby Halloween cosplay.
Let's go, in and out, 20 minutes adventure.
Medalili is a weird, worse version of Medea that focuses on healing. Whatever, basic design and low utility.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
One of the few lolis I'm fine with in this game, mostly because she is wearing clothes. Not much in the usage side of things, but the sad backstory in Extra works well enough.
What the fuck is this? I just read a book for nothing.
Helena is a loli grandmother. It's rather astonishing how little fucks they gave when designing her. I mean, yeah, she can loop, but I kinda don't give a fuck.
It's just a privilege to watch your mind at work.
Edison is a lion, for some fucking reason. But he's also a compilation of all the American presidents and Hollywood? I get Hollywood since him suing filmmakers in New York made them start up in California and Hollywood, but really? That's just weird, man.
You so fucking precious when you smile.
Irisbel is an event welfare, but you don't need to be sad that you can't get her anymore, since she kind of sucks. Still, Iri deserves some love.
I just want attention.
Babe, no.
I want attention.
No!
I want it!
No!
You know how I keep bitching about instant deaths? Nitocris is kind of the only one that can reliably do that, mostly on mobs, but she's rather decent at farming. Swimsuit Marie is unexpectedly better than regular Marie, a tad more useful in game, but the swimsuit actually goes very well with her design. Oh yes, baby! Now this is a fucking caster. Gil is awesome in terms of design, usability, personality, and his alternative costume. So yeah, pretty fucking good.
It's not women's fault that men behave like morons and like pigs.
Ugh, they had to ruin Cersei, no? Yeah, I sincerely doubt anyone would be seduced by this thing for years. The pig gimmick is fun, but that's about it. But then again, she's single target, so fucking use her.
I can do much more for thee than she can.
Now stop that, Ginny. We don't do that in America.
The design is alluring enough, and although the furry traits kind of ruin it for me, I can't refuse a single target mage. Rub that fucking lamp.
The tough thing is she really wants to have sex with me. Crazy bitch.
Hell yeah. Sig is a fucking awesome welfare that it's both useful and does his design proper justice. his NP in which he transforms into Fafnir fucking rocks.
In here, 2 shots of vodka. Then 1 shot of melon liqueur. Woo, that's gonna be strong.
Shoot and Dodgy Caster is another welfare that I doubt anyone has used outside of her event. Still shit in the design side of things.
Hi, yeah, I was interested in the Fate franchise.
Right! Miu completes the Ilya crew and is just as scrap design-wise as her sisters.
You ever play that game when your siblings are sunburnt? You put some spoons in the freezer, take them out, and then you hit them with it so it rips their skin off?
The queen of spooks and somehow the worst Gorgon sister. Steno is just something to hit your face against the wall for whenever you roll for an assassin.
Like to be my little doggy?
I'll be your little doggy.
Oh yeah, back to the good stuff. Carmilla, when not on vacation, puts on the dominatrix gear and does some extra damage to females. So that's like more than half the cast.
Okay, never mind.
Stay back, slut!
She crossed over as well and became a welfare that's actually pretty good, which does a significant amount of damage along with a rather high death chance. Design wise, she's just Shiki, nothing exceptional but decent.
I do not kill people. That is my least favorite thing to do.
Kitsuruku needed to be tormented even more, so he is shoved in the game to watch his daughters dressed up as hookers and his son get chased around by goddesses. Assassin fits him really well and he does decent amount of damage, so it's fine. But him being here just adds salt to the wound that Kotomine isn't a servant yet.
I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
Kukulan's teacher/lover becomes a welfare in a swimsuit. Compared to her other 2 virgins, she's really boring design-wise, but rather good at damage output.
Dishonor! Dishonor on your whole family! Make a note of this. Dishonor on you! Dishonor on your cow!
One Punch Man is an underwhelming assassin that can barely do anything that other assassins don't do better. Sweet ink though.
This is how, come here, come. This is how bad bitches arrive to London and then go to Prague. Like, you bitches can't even spell Prague, my nigga.
Still thought I was joking when I said this was a fetish game, specifically a fetish game designed for creepy Japanese virgins. Vuzetsian shows up as a loli, completely offending the actual historical figure. Shitty design aside, if you want more proof that they don't understand Vuzetsian, she's generally a support servant, which... what? Arabian Nights! Heh, cute idea for a swimsuit version. Nitokris as an assassin is not as good as her caster form, but it's alright.
Hey everyone, welcome to Bondage Gone Wild.
Mochizuki is a BDSM loli that has the decency to cover up by ascending. She's more of a debuffer than anything else, and I quite enjoy her kit, but not my type. Kato does AoE damage, has mecha arms, and the kunoichi aesthetic. Nothing that interesting or even original so far, so filler as hell.
Not a kid anymore.
It's been a long time since I needed a babysitter.
Funny how the summer version is dressed more like a normal person than the regular one. Ushi covers up and becomes more useful, and for that I have to compliment her.
I have brown hair and I wear these glasses and I usually have my hair up in a bun. So the other thing guys have often said to me is they'll be like, you're like a sexy librarian. And I'm like, I've always thought of myself as more of a bookish whore.
Consort Yu is interesting. I like her cute librarian sort of design and her demonic aesthetic here even more so than in her welfare version. Her NP is generic, but the glasses work well enough. Grey is a boring welfare meant to tie into an even more boring spin-off that somehow stars the best character in Zero Waiver. Yeah, basic and forgettable. Though I do hear she's really good and popular in Japan, the land where you need no personality.
These first Europeans, their guns and their religion would have unforeseeable consequences.
Okita begged for years to have a summer version and it's alright. Random mecha shit kind of kills it, but it's fine I guess. Herc sees, Herc crashes, Herc can't die. The dude is overall an amazing servant to use that can solo most bosses if you play your cards right.
Say hello to my little friend!
Berserker is a fucking monster that deals damage, generates crystals, and farms. Boy is great, acts like Upgrade from Ben 10. Epic.
And we're gonna be making cinnamon waffles.
Let's get started.
We'll grab
First
the
off,
toaster.
oh my god, can you let me do what I need to do?
Tamamo Cat, that's actually a dog, is a very good AoE Zerk that deals damage and falls asleep in a cute pose. Not the best, but the sleeping sprite is pretty based, not gonna lie.
Final but most crucial sign a shy girl likes you is proximity.
God!
Frankenstein maintains her Apocrypha look and does alright. There are berserkers that do her job better, but still, interesting design idea.
Bad news, asshole. Someone's looking jacked, and it's not you.
When you think of Beowulf and Zoro's voice actor, yeah, I expected more too. Not bad, but rather unimpressive. So much lost potential.
I didn't hear no bell.
Banana Loli is back and is just as bad as before. Somewhat decent damage output, but still boring Loli design.
I'm Mariah Malibu, I'm Hollywood's new princess. I'm in Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna be the most famous person in the world.
Cha-Cha is loud, obnoxious, and I'm extremely glad I never use her. She's a decent farmer, I guess, forgettable welfare overall.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Penthesilea is an Amazon meme that is the smartest person in the room until Achilles is mentioned and she goes apeshit. Bitch is strong and her design is fine enough. Oda Berserker fucking rocks. Literally. She goes all rockstar with a cool NP and even cooler t-shirt. Oh my god, that's my favorite type of card too. Atlanta Zerk once again is one of the servants that exists. Even though she was already in the show, yeah, kind of out of nowhere. Okay damage I guess. Oh yeah, Jean Alter going berserk is fucking based. She kicks ass and busts like crazy, damage out the ass, and she has an alright swimsuit. Dinosaurs, holy shit! Thought this was a dinosaur? Wrong, it's a pretty woman. Kijio deals damage and burns. The dino DNA is kind of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm on board.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Okay, when it's in a three-way, it's not gay. When it's in a three-way.
Huh, forgot she existed, but it's not bad at all. All of her art is cool and I'm already a big fan of Runhild. NP is pretty generic in terms of what it does, but the animation is pretty romantic with imaginary Sigurd being there. Okay, so before we get into this, the 4-star rulers have the best teaming in the game in terms of what they are consistently. You'll see what I mean. There we fucking go! Martha Ruler is a punching champion that busts any face she sees. She is extremely good, especially at bullying moon cancer servants. Run, baby! Quetzamba is the greatest welfare in terms of design and personality. Quetzalcoatl is fucking awesome anyway, so everything with her is really fun and exotic. Astrea, it's just Luvia, come on, let's not kid ourselves. See what I meant? All the 4-star rulers are fucking MMA fighters. Luvia's NP is fucking cool to break sprites with since she suplexes everything.
Today, I'm going to be sharing the top things that I wish I would have known before becoming a 3D artist.
Gorgon eats best neck and it's rather interesting with how she goes about doing it. Design-wise is what I always wanted Medusa to be like, so I can't complain. Scary Garurumon is a fucking legend. He's not the best servant, but come on, it's a big doggo. BB is made to kill Avengers, and that's it. She's an event servant from one of the worst events ever, in which the only resource used is your time. Interesting NP, but this is not even the best BB.
You may think having big boobs is great, and it totally is.
I'm so glad they finally figured out what Sakura's only good trait was. Her tits. Passion Lip is a masochistic BDSM freak with huge tits. She does other stuff, but that's all you need to know. I'm throwing both of these here since they are the same servant, only with different colors. This game has a lot of Elizabeth Battery and mechas, so putting them together is like boring squared.
I know what that is!
Mysterious Heroine 20 XX, I don't know, is just a more boring version of her other forms. The mecha aesthetic really outstays its welcome with these designs. Okay, so we move on to 5 stars. Wait, what's going on?
Darkness! No parents!
Okay, so Angra Manu is really fucking weird. He is extremely rare and acts both as a 2-star and a 4-star for some reason. His border stays that cool black regardless if you grill him or not, his NP does true damage and his guts can stack. He ain't even that good, props to the concept though. Still waiting for Ahura Mazda. Oh, here comes the Pikachu of this franchise, give it up for Arturia! She used to be shit, but she's the main character, so she got tons of buffs. One of the most basic servants out there, to be honest, but you have to respect the OG. But really, in all honesty, picking King Arthur as the main flagship of your franchise about heroes is fucking brilliant. Among these legendary mythological figures, maybe excluding Hercules, I doubt there's someone as adapted or as recognizable as King Arthur. His legend is very ambiguous with little to no canon whatsoever. His character is pretty much a blank canvas. King Arthur is a compilation of what people view as heroic or noble. You know, a true paragon of morality sort of thing. But it's Japan, so they fucked it up.
Even the Roman Empire learned to fear Attila, a man they called Flagellum Dei, or the Scourge of God.
Altera, or how I prefer saying Attila, is another AoE saber. Pretty fucking generic. She is useful enough, but we are already at 5 stars. All of these servants are at least decent.
I can't think of anything bad about you.
Stop. Don't you psych me out. Shut your mouth.
I like you so
Shut
much.
up. You are so stupid.
It's a shame.
Okita is kind of cute, not gonna lie. Her NP is simple enough and she was the only 5-star quick saber for quite a while. She's just even more Japanese saber. Mordred is fucking bae. She acts just like Daddy Arturia but focuses more on dealing damage herself than helping out the team. The costume is sick as fuck and in terms of names I still think Clarent Blood Arthur is the greatest NP name.
Oh my god!
Nero in a wedding dress. This is way better than the 4-star version but she is still Nero. Umu.
Are you God?
Possible.
She embraces her core and clears out lanes even better now. Out of all the Natsu-verse bullshit, what the fuck is a Tsukihime? She fits in well enough. Yeah, she's alright.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Musashi is very fucking based. The dude was the first person in Japan to figure out that you can use 2 fucking swords. What more could you want? Pretty thick, not gonna lie.
I got it. I got to the highest level of it, and then you fucked me. Oh, you fucked me good.
Love you, dude, but you got screwed over so much. I still would have preferred if this was the OG, but hey, love the voice, the costume. Not the greatest, but a good mop cleaner.
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Now this dude is a fucking Chad. Personality of a dick? Check. Design of a smug asshole? Check. This guy is cool as fuck. Not much to say about him besides that they made the dude famous for slaying dragons to be voiced by Seto Kaiba.
Wherever she's needed, that's where you'll find her.
Don't fucking stare at me!
No idea who you are, no idea what you do, lolly design, and we skip.
ひょっとしたら星5限定のアストロフちゃんが登場するかもしれない。あははははは。僕は君の剣。うわあ、その時まで聖杯はお預けだ。
Underwhelming as fuck. You make my favorite servant into a 5-star and all you do is dress him up as a maid with bunny ears. Not bad, but still terrible execution.
What the hell is going on up there?
Just a baby man who walks up 1,000 miles and falls down at your door.
Ooh. Yeah, we totally nailed the ending. Yeah, that was probably like our best one.
Castor and Pollux are meh. I would have expected some bullshit, but they are just okay. Remember, kids always have low expectations.
Once upon a time, there was a stupid little shit, and I stepped on his throat, and he was happy about it.
Fine, I'll compliment them, you did good. Ibuki is useful enough, but most importantly, she doesn't make me want to call the police on the entire country of Japan. Well, after her first stage.
I'm not the Messiah, will you please listen? I am not the Messiah, do you understand? Honestly!
Took you fucking long enough. So yeah, Sasuke Uchiha over here is just fucking fan service. People love Shiro and they have been waiting for Muramasa for ages. Ooh, Castor Arturi is now popular. Let's make his NP arts. Even though the character was associated more with the Buster thing. People love batteries, give him a battery. People love... well, not love, they need to. People need to farm, so let's make his NP AoE. Yeah, not bad. Sasuke Uchiha all the way though.
Most famous of all Mesopotamian lore is the oldest epic poem ever written. It predates Homer's Odyssey by about 1500 years, and many historians claim that Homer was greatly influenced by Gilgamesh's tale.
Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating.
Fuck yeah, Gil is awesome. I love smug characters that back up their shit. Dude is so fucking cool, they had to add a trait to pretty much all servants in the game that they are weak to his NP. Gil does more damage with his AoE NP to enemies than some servants do with single target NPs. Again, pretty cool, not gonna lie. Not actually Orion Artemis is, yeah, not my thing. The dress is kind of neat, but I never quite liked the Artemis in love with Orion thing. Maybe due to her finally being straight in this one, but whatever. She's a ball-busting archer that does all right damage against males and shit against females.
Tesla evidently discovered that he'd accidentally invented an honest-to-God diabolical death beam capable of bringing down planes and flame-broiling entire armies.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
Tesla is a fucking beast. Cool integration of his discoveries into his design. I love the way that he is stronger than Edison, and that's about it. He is a very fine inclusion and it's made rather competently. While I didn't like him at the start due to his mythologically dickness towards Karna, I kind of love him now. Design wise he's nothing special and his MP is kind of lame. I think I got one instant death on a boss from his NP, which was fucking awesome. That Rasengan is dope.
Meet the Hydrosat 3000Z. Blow your head clean off.
Arturia in a swimsuit fucking sucks. Probably the most basic looking swimsuit out there too. It's even worse when you think that King Arthur has a badass saber form, a badass lancer form, and the archer form is just a water soaker joke.
Are you Harambe's gorilla pit? Because I want to put a kid in you.
Oh boy, let's keep going then. Ishtar is extremely meh. The look is boring, they made Rain's personality even more bland. Yeah, useless goddess indeed.
What? You gonna wash your hands? No, cause I'm evil.
Now my man Moriarty is smooth as fuck. Not gonna use him anytime soon, but the design is just smooth old man vibe.
Well, they've done it. Declared me an enemy of humanity. All Europe has declared war against me. Not against France, but against me.
They dignify you, sire, by making you a nation.
I'm Tyrone, and I ain't come for this high-ass popcorn. I claim to fuck somebody's wife.
Napoleon joins the chat bunch and his cannon doesn't compensate for anything. The smug smile is dope and his damage output is kinda big. I don't know, I just don't like the dude for some reason. Maybe I have PTSD from the Lost Belt quest in which you are forced to use him and his AoE NP against a single target boss.
I want to be a marine biologist when I grow up.
I love the ocean, I love animals. It's just where I get my happiness from, really. There's this trip to the Bahamas.
Dolphin Jean is a joke character and I wouldn't have it any other way. See why humor is subjective. Cool funny animations are alright and she ain't the worst one to use either. She is literally the trolling of the archers because most of them, as you can see, don't use bows and arrows, so she using dolphins is fucking hilarious.
I bet he's thinking about other girls.
I wonder what he's doing of. Let's fuck! I'll fuck anything that moves!
I used not to like this dude. Strong muscle, dude, big fucking shit. But then I got him twice and I started using him. Oh fuck, this guy is a monster. He enables my buster addiction and does not annoy me personality wise. Good enough in my book.
What's wrong with you? Don't you want to see titties?
Yeah. Say is a Nintendo Switch joke combined with a shitty Ahegao kawaii meme. Much funny. Skip.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, alright? I learned it by watching you.
Senseis catch yets and paralyzes motherfuckers. Pretty cool lore surrounding her and Kukulan. The bunny suit is kinda meh, but she's definitely not bad overall.
Stop being so nice.
No. No, I don't think I will.
Karna does nothing other lancers don't, but he's a sweet boy in Apocrypha, so that makes him cool. He does quite a lot of damage and the costume is just making me mad I didn't pull him. Just like Gilgamesh, Brunhild is so fucking base she had to add Brunhild's beloved to most of the cast. She just sits around and waits for new servants to be released to see if she wants to fuck them or not. We are out here playing FGO while she is out there on Tinder. Decent damage, cool look, thirsty for Sigurd, nice.
And when crisis hits, we don't turn against each other. No, we listen to each other. We lean on each other. Because we are always stronger together.
Many months later.
Look at these big ones.
Big booby mommy Arturia is the kind of sexualization I'm fine with. Put all of your girls in boob windows for all I care as long as you age them up a bit. Tight animations, farming for days, so yeah, pretty damn good.
I have chocolate, I'm lying.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
And then it turns you on?
No, it doesn't turn me on.
You just said it did.
No, I didn't mean it in that way.
Okay.
Bitch.
Tamamo got tired of being a support, dressed up for the bitch and started to bust balls. Insane damage output, and since she's pretty much a counterpart to Nero, I'm always gonna prefer her.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart cause they're not gay.
And Kidu, it's not gay if it's Clayboy, is pretty good. Rather interesting angle to take with how androgynous he is and the little shit he wears. While definitely not the first thing I would think about when hearing Enkidu, yeah, friendship with Gil is enough to do it for me.
I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of the different things I've noticed when a shy girl has a crush on somebody.
Master, screw me onto your big dick and use me as a cock sleeve.
This is a servant I used to like, up until I saw the anime and realized that she is just shittier Hinata. I did lose my interest, but she is still pretty damn good at farming and AoE damage with some rather good skills.
What is the largest country in South America?
In South America, Africa?
Bradamante is only here to show off her panties. She does beyond decent damage, but come on, Charlemagne. Your knights are a trap, a bimbo, and an exhibitionist, at least so far. At least Arturia's knights had the decency to be closeted perverts.
Romulus and Remus decided to build a city, but ended up in a deadly struggle.
Ancient historians would have called this energy Big D energy. And that stands for Big Dick.
Now this man is based. This is what Romulus should have always been. Big, strong, and shiny. His skill, in which he forces everyone to become a Roman, is just so historically accurate and funny to me.
You wore a t-shirt and jeans, you would get called a loose woman. So there I was, walking on the streets of Coimbatore, all loose.
Completely out of nowhere, but still very fucking good. Sexy Indian snake lady, what more could you want?
I call the shots, you know who I am. I don't need to win no fake crown. Stand up to me, you don't stand a chance.
Francis is bae, bitch wants cash and fame. One of the best gender bend characters they made. Hell, her design and personality are so good I even look past the fact that they made my favorite captain into a big-titted woman. Her NP is great, her plot is great, and let's be honest here, Shinji has some very good taste.
It's cold outside, but I'm still looking like a thotty because a hoe never gets
it's cold.
Queen OnlyFans is a rider because she rides men. Her damage output is surprisingly great. Oh, and I'm perfectly fine with making a character that is a slut in mythology, a slut in the game. The pink hair is good enough to make 02 fans scream their pants, and the costume is pretty great.
Yeah, men. Mandy, men.
Iskandar rides on Bucephalus like a boss and kicks ass so much. Yeah, he wouldn't be as cool if he wasn't in Zero, but manly men dude just fucking works. Ozzy is what happens when you heard that Dio is in Egypt and had time off. Extremely fucking good in all departments. Epic design, epic usage, personality does it all.
Why did they practice human sacrifice?
I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel your joy.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Quetz is bae. Mommy Dragon is really fucking strong. Really appealing character design. Fun voice and personality. You bet your ass she deserves human sacrifices.
私の騎乗スキルは幻獣真獣を除いて乗り物という概念すべてに適用される能力ですから。
I want to ride my bicycle.
Love the bike and leather jacket, and that's about it. Arturia Alter reminds me of Heaven's Feel, which reminds me of trash. Oh, and maid outfits are really fucking boring.
Hey! Yeah? What the hell is this?
Ivan is an ooga booga boy I don't really like. Maybe because he's a little over-designed for my taste, I don't know, just not my style.
What are your superpowers again?
I lose my speed. My speed is gone. How do I get speed?
Achilles is dope as fuck. He is strong, he is fast, he has slick animations. Yeah, I like him more because he was cool in the anime, but come on! This dude hits like a speeding truck and looks cool while doing it.
I'm rich, bitch!
Sima is the boring loli trash I was talking about with Grey. I'm still not a fan of her, but she was my only support in JP and I used her a lot. I kind of like her metal slime, I guess. She's alright.
I want to be a pretty girl.
This was a mistake! I was fine with turning Da Vinci into Mona Lisa, but making him into a loli just sucks. And I absolutely hate that now they use this design in the shop and the like instead of the old one. I don't know, the old design was just way fucking better.
Europa and her friends started to caress his soft loin and felt delighted with such a gorgeous bull.
Granny Europa is pledged to protect material. Not the strongest, but still fun to use. The design is pretty well made and I don't even mind the mecha.
Yellow submarine, yellow submarine.
Nemo is a boring shooter that I find kind of funny. He is dressed up, he has a fun gimmick and he is good enough to use, so he has a slight pass.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
My man Waver is so fucking good. Cool ass support that can help out pretty much all the teams. You see, in FGO you have 4 big supports. You have Merlin for Buster Servants, Kadi for Quick Servants, and Tamamo/Caster Arturia for Art Servants. My man Waver is more like a jack of all trades. That cape is so sweet.
What does the fox say?
Tamamo used to be the queen of arts and she is still pretty damn good. Again, the furry shit sucks, but she makes up for it in cool animations and usage. How the hell could I dislike someone based on my favorite anime? Yeah, they're both based from Journey to the West, but my girl Xuan Zhang is the closest thing I'll get to DBZ in Fate. She does hella damage and is stacked as fuck.
This list, we'll be looking at couples on the small screen who dazzled us with their electric connection.
While not originally on board with it, it kinda makes sense for Da Vinci. I am glad that she is still really fucking competent and helps out a lot in the story. Not the best AoE mage, but she's passable.
There's a way to win a man's heart, and it's not by force.
Sailor Crap Ilya hits like a truck, but since she's a lolicon fan service, I'm just gonna call shit and move on.
The 2 stages of Merlin.
Luminous beings, Zoe, not this crude matter.
Take care of that dick. See you next week.
I love everything about this dude. Looks, personality, voice. He's just the best servant in the game and it's gonna take a while for someone to dethrone him. My man Merlin loves dicking around so much and makes all the fights into time trials that you can just shut your brain to. Fuck, that costume is hot. Fun story, this is the servant that made me play the game. Okay, so I started 2 accounts, one on an emulator and one on a phone I had, a very old phone, really crappy one. Good luck playing FGO in Europe with an iPhone. On the emulator was my first account, on which I played with Siegfried and Banana Lolly. The account wasn't that bad, but I managed to reach Okeanos with that shit. On that old Android phone, I managed to get 30 SQ and did a pull, before the game crashed. About an hour later I opened up the app again. Yeah, I completely forgot about doing that. Started doing friends, and when I clicked to see if I can replace one of my servants, guess who was in my fucking party? So yeah, Merlin was my first 5-star, ever. Sexiest servant in the game bar none. Her personality is kinda messed up with the whole abuse victim shtick, and it took quite a while for her to skyrocket from bottom tier to meta, but damn, she's fine as hell. Habibi's so hot I gave away an alt account with her at MP2 to a friend just so he can stop bitching about it.
Why do you exist?
And here comes Nero to ruin my erection. This one is just as trash as the others. Skip!
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Anastasia is just boring. She does nothing that interesting, and her lukewarm usage is only matched by her design and her personality. That's just insert character here.
Oppressors of generations who have kept you down with myths of opportunity, and we give it back to you, the people.
While not initially a fan, using her became really fucking good. Bitch single-handedly carries the quick servants on her back. Disneyland Castle kinda based, not gonna lie.
My best friend and I are book nerds, and both deeply single for so long that every day this week we've been like, why are there so many hot guys on the subway reading? And every day for the last week the books have gotten better, and yesterday literally I'm looking at this guy who's like so beautiful and he's reading Zadie Smith and I'm like, are you my husband?
Yeah, I already went over this. Just appealing character traits shoved onto another character, nothing original to see here. If I wanted sexy stuff on a piece of food, I just play Fire Emblem Heroes again.
Hello, hello. Did you come to challenge me? The new challenger is so cute.
You fucking touch me, you push prick! Get to fuck you more as a pure roaster!
Arturia Caster makes arts meta even better than before, and it's like an arts version of Merlin, just not as good overall. Design is kinda lame, and they had other servants they could have made instead of making Pikachu another version.
Hang on, kid. I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah, Jack's design is horrible. To whoever had the idea for the backstory, I shake your hand. To whoever designed her look, jump off a fucking cliff. She is extremely good since most of the servants in the game are women. Just keep her on stage one outfit and it's fine.
Warriors, come out to play.
The servant that just keeps getting better and better as more saber faces are added. Heroine X is pretty damn good in both design and constantly increasing viability. Shoot and Doji is a lolly so instantly trash. Kinda interesting with the whole drunk bitch vibe, but looks ruined immensely.
Make me your one and only.
Hot take! Never liked Danganronpa. So using the art style to draw Cleopatra is just underwhelming. Like, the hate is more of a combination between the wasted potential and my general dislike of Koma Suzaki's art style.
Grandpa, are you kidding me right now?
I'm trying to listen to myself.
Grandma's funeral was yesterday.
I want to fuck until my dick falls off. I want to fuck a horse, and I want to drink its blood.
King Hoson is the closest we'll get to Kotomine in the game. Dude is cool as fuck with how over the top he gets. His aesthetics and NP are both epic. The only bad thing about him is that he is clearly a saber that got confused on his way to the summon pool. Let's roll, Bone Daddy.
Proven girls can do it too. And by it, I mean touch your cousin. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't. You won't find me in your child's playset, cause I gotta wear this ankle bracelet. I'm not here to go on a bender. I'm here because I'm a sex offender.
Osaka Behime is a lazy piece of shit and I love it. Taking her into battle is taking her away from her room where she eats chips and watches Netflix. She is intentionally not that great so that you leave her alone. You have to admit, That's some big brain move right there.
Throwing a Halloween party at our house. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Someone will die.
Of fun.
Oh yeah, Poison Mommy fucking rocks. Semiramis might not be the greatest damage dealer, but she sure as hell wins in personality and general aesthetics. Her design is so fucking cool and her animations are just perfect. But yeah, if I liked someone in the show, there are strong chances I like them here too.
Now you see that evil will always triumph, because good is dumb.
Old man Lee hits and kills. That's all he has to do and it's fine. Old sage vibe strong with this one and the shades are very Master Roshi.
So I pretty much want to give you guys my tips on how to be a MILF.
Okay, so I'm confused. First off, it's a loli, so trash. But as she ascends, she turns into a busty MILF. So cool. But she is Sakura, so once again, trash. But she is really fucking useful, so cool again. Ugh, fine, you did one thing right, Sakura.
Oh, come here, girl, let me touch up on your butt. Give it to you, got me linked up.
Motherfucking Kintoki is a straight up pimp that acts like a glass cannon. Kinda lame in usage with the damage output, since if he doesn't kill something in one hit, he'll probably die before he has a chance to charge up his next NP. But come on, he's a pimp and apparently he got a costume. Damn, that's hot.
ルーマニアにおいてブラド3世の知名度は群を抜いている。人々の崇敬はサーバントの力となる。まして今やこの一帯は彼の領土となっている。領土内での彼は無敵に等しい。
Vlad is done so fucking right. Not sure why he is berserking since he isn't even in his crazed vampire state, but I absolutely adore how he is depicted in this one. Not very useful, but damn if he ain't cool.
Every time you've taken it, you've found that it's normal.
Of her face, but her animations are funny and her voice isn't annoying. Kukulan Altar is strong. And that's it. His design doesn't sit well with me, but I still wouldn't call it bad. It's just not my thing. But fuck this guy, he's like a motherfucker. Raiko goes all crazy MILF and mostly helps you farm, but she is most famous for her plot. Not the best, but she wins out in character design since I am starved for some proper MILF fanservice in this game. The Senate comes along to make Star Wars references and that's about it. Weird how they didn't get sued with this and yet Quet Samba was... Anyway, best servant for the prequel memer. Not the same artist, but serious Devilman vibes from this motherfucker. Once again, he hits like a truck and that's about it. Remember I said Ivan was over-designed? Shang's artist just couldn't stop drawing it. It's one of the servants I stare at and I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? Anyway, not a fan. Just farming Berserk Arjuna, I guess. Dude deals hella damage. I still think that the original Arjuna design was more streamlined, but I have no idea why everybody in my friend list skips this guy at stage 1.
I love going all natural. It just makes me feel better. Nothing between me and my 100% all natural, juicy, grass-fed beef.
Musashi joins in the swimsuit club and it works surprisingly well. I still like the Saber form better, but she ain't bad at all. She's an arts farmer, so I'm sure that somebody somewhere is still using her.
I just gave you my virginity, woman. Cool your jets.
Damn, she just protects. But she is fantastic at doing it. I'm just glad they figured out that her NP wasn't good enough to stun her for 2 turns when Merlin does that in a skill with no problem. Overall, she gets anime points and I don't have to worry about an annoying personality.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
Shiro comes here to create a singularity and fuck everyone who tries to buff themselves against him. Pretty fucking good, not gonna lie. He is definitely the best series villain adaptation so far.
Every night after the show I have attractive women banging on my dressing room door, and sometimes I let them out.
I'm kinda bummed they don't use the hat, but Sherlock is awesome. Dude looks great paired up with Moriarty, and it's pretty good to use as a debuff buff enabler.
What's his name?
His name is... not important. What's important is he's better than you. In every conceivable way.
Damn, Jackie, that could be anybody!
She is absolutely fabulous, but definitely not my thing. I hear he is pretty good, but not a fan of all the over-designed crap on him. Looks more like a Digimon than a servant. Bleh, fuck! Somebody go give this artist that how to draw manga book we were talking about. What is wrong with your face? Did you guys know that nobody would be looking at her face and just didn't bother? Anyway, I'm very disappointed at how underutilized her Vegas shtick is. Could this perhaps be more Buster support? Hell yeah, this is some good shit. Design is fine, whatever, but damn, that's what I like to see.
I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Huh, so we finally have a Karen in this game. I am kind of surprised that Kirei actually had sex. I mean, you know, with someone other than Gilgamesh. As a servant, she's fine. I hear she's pretty good. Not my style, but I do enjoy the Lucemon animation on her MP.
Mama warned me about women like you. I was hoping she was right.
The art style comes back to ruin it for me. Great idea to turn the Count of Monte Cristo, one of the greatest revenge stories ever written, into an Avenger, but that's about it.
My thing is, if you're having anal sex at 16 years old to stay right with God, I have news for you. There is no God. Get a new religion, because your God fucking hates you.
Oh yeah, baby, Jeanne alters so good she outshines her normal form. She does damage, she's a sadist, she makes jokes, what more could you fucking want?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be... Hey, I never thought of that.
Much later.
Tell me who's your mama, bitch.
Thought it was a boring lolly? Wrong, it's a very hot dominatrix woman. Mami Oda is fine as hell. Best Oda by far with her great animations and metal as hell NP. Love me some Buster Mama.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars, don't let them end.
I kind of like how they started with Ishtar. Now this version of her has an Astarte variant, all leading up to an Aphrodite popping up in the game as a servant. But if she gets ruined as another Rin, I'ma be so disappointed. Space Rin is fine, nothing great, nothing that bad, but still not to my liking. Huh, are we doing costumes separate from the servant now? She is extremely fucking good. But I don't know. Summer Ushi felt like natural progression. While this one, she's trying too hard.
Lie back down.
I'm not a big fan of Bibi, but her getting that sweet tan is kinda hot. She's pretty good in-game as well, but whatever. We all know why you're using her. Avengers aren't the most common enemies after all.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
Fat fuck Jinako is trashy, but she's like the only one here to fit an elephant like Ganesha. Another servant that it's better left in her room eating. She's actually pretty cute in a slobby kind of way.
Hi, honey. Did you miss me?
With every bullet so far.
Kiara disappoints with her swimsuit. For someone as lewd as her, the swimsuit is extremely restrained. Her stage 2 is best, but overall pretty good.
I'm here to show you the right way to strut your stuff in heels.
Amputee fetish Melt is boring. Her only saving grace is that she is kinda OP when paired up with Skadi. But whatever. Skip! Kiara Planet Anal Beats doesn't do anything too impressive outside of finally satisfying my blasphemy fetish. She deals okay-ish damage but nothing special. Extra points for her feud with Anderson.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Okita Alter is just edger Okita, like I see nothing change but whatever. I do kind of like her making up her own NP name as it goes along. Neat idea.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Brother Bear.
Another Ilya, who is supposed to be Freya, like what? Anyway, shit design, shit servant, skip.
Whoa! I have proof, bitch. Okay. You little tramp.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
King Protea, aka Tiamat, aka Big Sakura, is alright. Her onesie is cute enough and she is probably the best damage sponge in the game. Her animations are a tad boring and her NP seems like she's doing nothing special, but all alright overall.
Bigger! Bigger! Perfect.
This guy would usually get a no, but he has the voice of Yoshikage Kira and his NP is, you know, Frieza's death ball. He's a backstabbing bitch, but damn he's hot.
Today I'm showing you how to make the best fluffy pancakes with ingredients you probably already have on hand.
Abby is the mascot for this class and she's fine. The lolly design isn't sexualized enough to piss me off, so it's still good. Plus, I kinda like to see this Lovecraftian lolly wreck all big berserker ass.
The arm has a groove that delivers sperm packets to the female. The longer your arm stays in her cavity, near her oviduct, the more sperm packets you can deliver. If you're good, I mean Hugh Hefner good, you might stay in this position for hours.
Imagine drawing up pieces of art that will revolutionize your country, then be turned into an underwhelming anime girl. All the foreigners are good because dealing with the berserkers is kinda weird without them and she kills them pretty well. Not a fan of the ink octopus aesthetic though.
When Asian parents want their kids to be doctors, helping people is like on the bottom of the list of reasons.
Just like Hokusai Yang absolutely annihilates every piece of berserker ass she comes across. Her design kinda shitty though.
Comment vous appelez-vous?
Okay, so Voyager is just the little prince. Basic Shota design, I guess. I mean, I kind of like his spacesuit, but other than that, he's just generic Shota shit.
Today, this shared universe is called the Cthulhu Mythos, named after Lovecraft's infamous blend of dragon and octopus.
He called my chest flat. He doesn't understand hydrodynamic.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Shit. Moving on.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Back the fuck up. When did this become a whorehouse?
Probably my favorite design of the backgrounds in the game. Like they knew they had to make Van Gogh right and really went all out with the backgrounds. Other than that, I find her immensely useful and her yandere shtick is much more pronounced than it is implied with the other yandere so far. I'm so fucking tired. What do you mean I missed a servant? Who the hell did I miss?
You stole from my kin.
Who was fixing to betray us.
You didn't know that at the time.
So I borrowed it till I did know.
That don't make no sense.
Fine, I tried suppressing that memory. My favorite character in all of mythology is Odysseus. I find the Odyssey to be one of the best written stories ever and Odysseus himself to be the greatest hero that Greek mythology has. Dude's like an ancient version of Batman. To see him turn into a generic, boring piece of shit mecha is genuinely making me sad. To me, this is the worst servant in the entire fucking franchise. There are others who are way more useless in battle and others whose designs are artistically inferior, but ruining Odysseus is immensely offensive to me and that is enough. So, out of 298 playable servants, excluding the 3-star mesh because why the fuck would I count that, I like 145 of them. Which rounds up to 48.6%, which is a lot higher than I expected. Huh, I thought I was a much bigger hater. Now, should you actually play this game? I don't know, the game story has a lot of lackluster shit with only a few shining moments of true okayness. It has no endgame in sight, the story has been finished twice already and they keep adding more chapters. And they add it once every 6 months. The rest of the time you are wasting on farming and doing events so you can get more shiny new servants. The game has a very predatory behavior, especially in the Japanese market. Like, I'm a fucking salty hater and I still like more than half of these motherfuckers. You are bound to like someone. The game is extremely diverse in characters, but lackluster and restrictive in terms of gameplay. It is also very cheaply made, with the most money invested in being probably the top-notch voice acting. The animations are reused as fuck, with multiple servants getting the same pattern of lasers or randomly becoming a wild card when attacking. Most the new servants and reworked old ones follow the same pattern of noble phantasm in which shiny thing happens, then close-up of the face and then damage. Overall, I say you can give it a try. It starts off by having you crawl through molasses, but if you can hold on to it, it becomes rather fun. Just don't give them money. Okay, so the Fate franchise. It's weird. This franchise has a lot of good stuff, but then shoots itself in the foot whenever it tries that. However groundbreaking it presents itself, it's rather meaningless. Like, I keep harping on Shinji, but that's just because they created an extremely vile, rapist character and then used him for comic relief. Nothing means anything. I can tell you about the multiple stories happening in this multiverse, but then I'll have to tell you that all of them are based on Arrow games, and it fucking shows. We can discuss the extremely well written tragedy of Fate Zero, but then I'll have to tell you about the dick Merlin gave to Arturia because it's a hentai game. I can talk to you about the complexity of the existential questions in Garden of Sinners, but then I have to show you the drool slobbered rape scene. I can talk to you about Heaven's Feel, but then I have to remember Heaven's Feel. Either way, this franchise is pretty much made for people who like history and mythology, and those who are misguided enough to think that anime is still deep. Or horny fucks because, again, hentai game. Don't forget to dislike the video and tell me how wrong I am. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!